Thor's hammer could wipe out humanity, but let me explain. So in the final fight with Malekith, Thor calls Mjolnir from space and it takes only 3 seconds to get to the Earth's surface. Alright, the first thing we have to do is calculate how far the hammer is from Earth. I measured the size of the hammer and the Earth on screen and how big they should be in real life. I then put it in this new artificial intelligence software called ChatGPT, and it calculated that they are 15,815 miles from each other, which then I added the 62 miles to account for the space between the atmosphere and the ground. We now can use the equation for velocity, which is distance over time. So we put in our new distance, divide by the 3 seconds that it took, and convert it into hours, and we get our whopping 30,663,360 miles per hour. That's insanely fast, which means absolutely nothing to you guys, so I'm gonna show you how fast that is. The speed at which sound travels is 767 miles per hour, but Thor's hammer would be going almost 40,000 times the speed of sound. The fastest jet confirmed in the world is the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, which went 4,520 miles per hour. Yeah, about that, Mjolnir would be 6.7 thousand times faster than the fastest jet ever. And for the best comparison, in my opinion, the Earth, at about 25,000 miles around, would be circled by the hammer in less than 5 seconds. We can now figure out how much energy Mjolnir would produce at that speed. The formula is 1/2 mass times velocity squared. So we input our variables of mass and velocity in meters per second, and we get our energy output of 700 billion kilojoules of energy. That's the same amount of energy as 116,375 tons of TNT. That energy output would be enough to power everything in the city of San Francisco for 11 hours straight. That's the same amount of energy that would be outputted if a dozen of the Hiroshima nuclear bombs were detonated at the exact same time. And with that information, I found its blast radius of 11.5 miles. We can now use pi r squared to find the area of the blast. We input the radius and it ends up being 422.7 square miles around the hammer that would be disintegrated instantaneously, which would blow up multiple cities at once, which we divide that by the square miles in San Francisco, and we get a result of incinerating the city not once, not twice, but 9 times over. I divided the square miles of every major city by this number. I found out that Thor would have to throw his hammer only 57 times to wipe out every single major city in the entire world.